Hi, I'm Tim Toomey, a lifelong friend of Louie DePasquale. My friendship with Louie goes back to our early childhood here in East Cambridge. Both of us came from very humble backgrounds. We both grew up in 3 deckers. We had hardworking parents who taught us the value of caring for one another. A neighborhood where everyone looked out for one another. Extended family living in the neighborhood. I'm standing here in front of 110 and a half 7th Street, East Cambridge. This is where it all began with Louie DePasquale. Louie was raised in this 3-decker. On the first floor with the Mueller family, cousins of Louie. The second floor was Angelo and Sophie DeSimone, an uncle and their children that lived on the second floor. The third floor was Lou and Jean DePasquale, the parents of Louie, and Linda and Mary. They grew up on the 3rd floor. The back house was his Uncle Frank and Louie's grandmother, Nani, Anna, who lived in the back house. Truly, this was a typical of the East Cambridge families, all extended families living together. Here, when I was growing up, was a benches with a grapevine here. And this was sort of the gathering spot for everybody in the neighborhood. When you wanted to meet somewhere, we said, we'll meet at the yard. And this is where everybody met. Everybody was welcome here. And this is where there was a grapevine here that unfortunately no longer here anymore. But that grapevine, was on more than one occasion that Louie was reprimanded for picking and eating those grapes, because those grapes were for the homemade wine. So Louie was reprimanded several times for getting a head start on that. But this was where we all gathered, the youth of the neighborhood. And we leave here to either go to the Thorndike School across the street, to the Gap where we played stickball, or we called it H.A. Dow Stadium where we played a pimpleball, or we went to the East End House, or we went to the back of the Thorndike School to play basketball. Or in the winter, actually the fire department would flood the field for us so kids could ice skate in the winter. So we had all kinds of different activities that we came up with on our own. And it was a great place to live and to raise. We look behind us here at the Kennedy Longfellow School. That was the old Thorndike School. That's where we graduated from. We graduated from Thorndike School. I actually have a picture of our 8th grade graduation with all of us here in that picture. Louie then went on to Mattignon High School. We both went to Mattignon High School and graduated from there. Louie then went on to Boston State College and then graduated with a master's degree from Northeastern University. His leadership has been outstanding in providing those services to our citizens. Especially during the last 2 years, Louie's leadership in guiding and leading the city through the COVID crisis was second to none. I want to say to his beautiful wife, Cheryl McCarthy DePasquale, and to his beautiful children, incredible children, Kristen and Louie. Thank you from all the residents of the city of Cambridge for supporting and loving your husband and your father during his public service career to the residents of the city of Cambridge. I'm sure there were a lot of times that you wished you had different family gatherings with you, but because of some crisis in the city that Louie had to attend to. So to Cheryl, Kristen, and Louie, thank you. And Louie and Cheryl, I wish you many healthy, long retirement to enjoy one another's company. Keep a lot of the business, a lot of your travel within Massachusetts, not necessarily to Connecticut or New York. They like.
My name is Fred Fantini. I'm a member of the Cambridge School Committee. I'm the longest serving school committee member in Cambridge history. And I'm here to talk a little bit about my good friend Louie DePasquale, who is just retired from being the city manager of the city of Cambridge. One of the most impressive things that I remember about that Louie did for the Cambridge Public Schools, which was extraordinary in my opinion, was the way he responded to us during the pandemic. In school year 2021, when the pandemic hit, Louie, without even being asked, came to the school department and said, we have to keep our staff and our children safe. And what is it that you need to make that happen? And he put $9 million on the table and said, this is some funding to make the schools and staff safe. If you need more, there's more where this came from. And with that funding, we were able to provide really robust testing for all of our students and staff at all of our schools. We're able to heavily invest in infrastructure, buying HEPA filters for all of the schools that needed it, building infrastructure such as places where children could wash their hands all over all of our schools, hiring of consultants to help us make sure that our schools were really ready to support our children, getting every single city department to work with us so to make our schools safe. And by making that effort, the Cambridge Public Schools ended up being one of the first school systems to bring back children at a much greater rate than any other school system in Massachusetts. And it was because of what Louie had done. And we were also recognized nationally for a school system that really proved to have its act together and to open schools safely for all of our children. And so I say this to start off talking about Louie, just to bring the point home, is that, you know, Louie, he cares deeply for the schools. He knows the schools can't do everything alone and need support from the city. And he is always there. He's there before you even ask him to be there. And that's really the sign of the leader.
My name is Bishop Brian Green, and I'm senior pastor at Pentecostal Tabernacle right here in Cambridge. And I want to congratulate you, Louie, on your being able to retire from the position of city manager. I remember at the age of 16, I was a high school student at Mackinac, and I worked for you at the budgets department at City Hall in Cambridge. And then when I got a full-time job at this Cambridge Hospital, I had the opportunity to meet your mom. And I'm quite sure she would be proud of you at this moment. I know that she named you Louis, and you may not realize it, but the name Louis means famous warrior. Thank you for fighting for Cambridge. Thank you for fighting for the religious community to have a voice and also have access to the resources in Cambridge. God bless you. Have a wonderful retirement. Job well done.
Hi, Louie. Congratulations. We're going to miss you at the helm. When you and I started talking about youth sports back in 2003, we would joke that if we could get baseball and soccer to agree, we could solve a lot of problems in the city. And you always kept the kids number one at the top of the list. We all appreciate everything you've done for all the youth programs. We all know when Louie calls and asks to meet you at Greg's for lunch, something is brewing, and it's probably something awesome for youth sports in Cambridge. So it's our chance to say thank you. It's been a pleasure knowing you and working with you. All the best.
Hi everyone, my name is Josh Posner, and I'm currently the board chair at the Cambridge Health Alliance. CHA is a terrific organization that runs Cambridge Hospital, along with Somerville and Everett hospitals, and 15 other community health centers. When Frank Duhay was recruiting me to join the board 15 years ago, I asked who else is involved at CHA, who else is on the board? And he ran through a list of excellent names, but I stopped him when he got to Louie DePasquale. I said, is Louie involved? Do you think I might be able to sit next to him at board meetings? I'm in. You see, I had gotten to know Louie in Little League. My youngest son, Charlie, loved baseball, but he was very shy. And Louie heard that he was good and wanted to get him on the team, but Charlie wouldn't go to the tryouts. So Louie swung into action using his combination of unusual methods and persistence. He got one of Charlie's classmates to lure Charlie out to the baseball field just to play pitch and catch. And then step by step, Louie got him on the Rockies. And that was the beginning of many years, many wonderful years of winning championships and ending up with Charlie loving team sports. What fun it was earlier this spring to reconnect Charlie and Louie. Charlie's now 33, He's got a 8-month-old son of his own, and what a wonderful moment to reconnect. Back at CHA, Louie has been absolutely invaluable, an invaluable player. Thanks to Louie, CHA is in strong financial condition and able to carry out the excellent work that it does as a result. Thank you, Louie, for helping Charlie and so many other kids in Cambridge grow up, and for the great work that you've done at Cambridge Health Alliance and for the city of Cambridge. We are forever grateful.
Central Square.
All right, on the street with Hector.
All right,
Ready to go, Hector.
ready. We're on the streets of Central Square with Cameron. I'm gonna show you a couple pictures to see if you recognize any of these individuals. Can you name anybody from these pictures?
Yeah, is that Rondo?
We got Ray John, all right.
Then we got, I can't name the other guys.
All right, fantastic. I'll show you a couple more pictures to see if you recognize this guy. Who's this guy?
Tom Brady.
Fantastic. All right, we got the greatest quarterback of all time. What about this guy? Do you recognize this guy?
No, I don't know this guy.
You know this guy? Yeah. Me neither. All right.
So, like, literally, you've never seen him before.
Never seen him.
Never.
You know that's the city manager. He's retiring this year.
No, I didn't never heard of that.
Never
Never heard of him. Nothing he does.
He's very influential with youth.
That's right. So he is essentially tasked with supporting the city council with some of their initiatives.
Show me the other
What-
picture.
yeah,
Then
what
show
about
me the other
this
picture.
This picture looks good.
What about this?
No.
Okay. Hey, wish him luck. Louie, good luck.
Louie,
Good luck in your retirement.
Good luck in your retirement.
Square with.
Aiden?
All right. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures to see if you recognize this individual. Is that cool? Yeah. All right. Then you're from Cambridge, right? Yeah. Been here forever? Fantastic. Done. Do you recognize any of these individuals right here? No. All right. Nope. What about?
Whoa, go back. You don't recognize her? No.
None.
Jenny from the block?
Not
And he's from
Not even Batman
Cambridge,
himself?
All right, that's good.
All right,
that's good.
fine.
Keep
All
going.
right, all
Keep
right.
going.
What about? You recognize this guy? Who's this?
Yoda.
Yoda. All right. All right. One more picture. Do you recognize this guy right here? Is that you?
Who is that?
I don't know. Exactly.
Is that you?
Keep going.
All right. Now I'm going to show you one last picture. All right. Do you recognize this gentleman right here?
No.
Nah. You never heard of him?
No.
Never seen him before?
I don't think so, no.
All right. So he's the outgoing city manager. All right. And he's done a lot of work for the kids and the people of Cambridge. He's a real man of the people. You've never seen this guy before.
No.
All right. You want to wish this guy well in his retirement. All right. So you're going to say, Uncle Lou, good luck in your retirement.
Uncle Luke, good luck in your retirement.
All right. We're with?
John.
All right. Are you from Cambridge?
I am.
Fantastic. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures to see if you recognize any of these individuals.
Okay.
All right. Do you recognize any of these individuals right here?
Ben Affleck,
Yep.
Jennifer Lopez.
All right. Jenny from the block. All right. I'll show you another picture. What about this guy? Do you recognize this guy?
Scooby.
All right. Fantastic. About 30 years ago, Galucci.
Stop it.
All right. What about this guy? Do you recognize this guy?
I have no clue.
No idea.
No idea.
All right. Okay.
He looks important though.
He looks important, right? He's got a nice suit.
Nice suit on.
Wears the same suit every
He's
time.
in
He's
City
got a
Hall,
nice suit.
so he must
I'm
City
laughing so hard I
he
can't
might
hold
have
this
a, he
camera.
might have a job.
You might have a job in there. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
That's right. Did you know that this is actually the outgoing city manager?
Really?
Yeah, he's retiring.
Oh.
And so we're out here sending him some well wishes for his retirement.
Okay.
There's a lot of work for the youth in Cambridge, families, supports, a lot of different initiatives.
Okay.
And so you've never seen him?
Never in my life.
What if I show you a group Can you recognize any of these guys?
Yes.
Who's this?
Paul Pierce,
Paul
Rondo, KG.
KG. That's right. Okay. What if I show you a different picture?
I think that's the same guy.
The same guy. That's right.
Close up.
This is his graduation picture. All right. Fantastic.
So maybe wish Louie a happy retirement.
Louie, happy retirement. I know who you are now. Too bad it's too late. You ain't working no
It's
more.
too late. Send it.
Hi, this is Denise Simmons, and this is my remarks for a very good person, Louie DePasquale. Louie, first of all, I want to say congratulations on your retirement. You know, they've got this saying, you know, you should leave while the music's still playing and the band is playing your song. It's not a song about leaving, it's a song about you've done a terrific job. You've been a great person. Not everybody can say, I went to work for the city a few decades ago, and here I am at the top of my game and the top job. And what does it mean to be in the top job? You have helped house people, provided money for our schools, our sports teams, our parks, our streets. You have been willing to listen, work with, even advocate for the citizens of the city, and we are all the better because of it. But you know, when I think about the work you've done and how you've done it and done it so well, I have to stop and say thank you to Cheryl. Because I know that Cheryl has been the wind beneath your wings. This is a hard job. Not many people have done it or could do it, but you did, and you did it in part or in total because you had a strong support system. So as you figure out what's the next step, what do you want to do next? I want you to know from me, I'm very appreciative. I'm appreciative of your support around the museum, that citizens are going to be able to come and go to and enjoy and know about the city's history, one that doesn't even exist now. I want to thank you for being the mover and shaker behind the community safety building that people are now going to be able to go to when they're not in crisis, but do need the help of the city in a non-police context. I want to thank you for all the Little League kids that you coached and was a mentor and a support. They're going to be all the better because you were in their life helping them become and develop sportsmanship and camaraderie. All those things that really make a great human being. I want to thank you for putting up with the city council, me in particular, but the city council in general. I know we were not or cannot always be the easiest people to work with, but you never took it personal. You were always a gentleman, always professional, and most of all, at least from my perspective, always kind. It's hard to do that in this kind of a job. It's hard to try to be and meet the needs of such a diverse population. But you've done it, you do it, and I thank you for it. So as you move on to the next chapter in the book of Louie, I want to say go well, go far, enjoy, and thank you. Thank you for all that you've done.
Simply wanted to add that your work around opioids, your work around chronic disease programming, your work around the COVID response efforts, your commitment to making sure that all those who live, learn, work, play, or pray in the city of Cambridge felt safe. I just want to say how much I appreciated watching you in action between you and Assad and Ellen and Owen and Branville and Jerry. Again, the list goes on and on and on. I've had an incredible opportunity and experience as a member of the team of All-Stars, but also just want to celebrate with you today. So that's all I just wanted to add to say that how much I learned and am still applying these lessons on the ground. So to you, Louie, congrats. We celebrate with you, and we look forward to hearing about great things in your retirement. Take care, be safe, and be well.
Hello, I'm Branville Bard, former police commissioner for the city of Cambridge, and it does me great pleasure to say a few good words about a great man. Louie DePasquale, congratulations on the occasion of your retirement. Although we all know for you, this is a retirement in name only, and we know that you're going to continue to serve the city and people you love. As I was reflecting on what I was going to say in this moment, 1,000 thoughts and kind words came across my heart and mind. But then I remembered they said I only had a couple of minutes to speak. Then immediately, courage. The word courage came to the forefront, and I knew I had to spend a little bit of time telling everyone just how courageous you are. This man is courageous in every sense of the word, and working closely with him as I did, I got to see his courageousness in many different settings. Shortly after starting as police commissioner, the city manager and I had the misfortune of being on stage at an outdoor event when gunshots rang out. And because of the career I've chosen and the environments that I've worked in, I'm aware of and have seen every possible reaction to these types of extremely stressful situations. Well, let me tell you, Mr. DePasquale did not flinch. And I don't mean he didn't flinch in a he froze type of way. I mean he didn't flinch in a I'm not even the least bit afraid type of way. And I'ma help the women and children to safety type of way, because there were women and children on the stage with us, and his concern was for them. That's courage. I've seen a man be courageous when it was necessary to stand up to city council. We all know that being city manager, particularly in the Plan E form of government, and particularly in the city of Cambridge, is a difficult job. And Louie DePasquale showed time after time that he had the courage to do what he felt was the right thing, even if it wasn't the most popular thing. And lastly, when this destructive tyrant came along, not Trump, but COVID, I witnessed this man show indescribable courage. He put the city of Cambridge on his back and worked 7 days a week, 16 to 18 hours a day for months on end, to make sure that the city of Cambridge was protected, and particularly that those who were the most vulnerable continued to receive life-sustaining services that they required. Cambridgians, you'll soon have another city manager, but I think we all know you'll never have another Louie DePasquale. He's one of the most courageous men I've ever had the pleasure to serve with. Sir, good luck on your retirement, and thank you for everything.
Want to reflect now, when Louie first came to the city of Cambridge, Louie grew up in Cambridge, his mother and father grew up in Cambridge, his uncle and aunts grew up in Cambridge, and he wanted to make Cambridge a place. He never wanted to leave Cambridge, and he was making an investment for him and his family, his wife Cheryl, his two children, Louie Jr. and Kristen, and he committed to Cambridge. He was all in for Cambridge. And, in the early days, he decided that he was going to have a career in municipal government. So he got a job with the city of Cambridge. And I have to tell you, back in those days, the city of Cambridge was not a strong place financially. The bond rating agencies wouldn't even come out and rate Cambridge because Cambridge had no money. And every year when there was a budget that was coming up, really what would happen in those early days is we would talk about making reductions, eliminating departments, always trying to find a way just completely to survive. It was a tough time. Employees worked for the city of Cambridge then, and teachers worked for the city of Cambridge then, not because of the amount of money they paid, but because, the teachers found working in Cambridge as a calling, employees found it wanted to work in Cambridge because they wanted to commit to the city. And so I move now from the past to where we are currently, and what Louie has had a great deal to do with. And the fact that right now, we have a AAA bond rated community, two bond rating agencies, Standard & Poor's and the other one, which I forget right now, both rated Cambridge AAA, and there's probably half a dozen communities in the country that have that rating. We have a budget season now that the word layoff doesn't even enter into the picture. Everybody has robust funding, and in terms of the schools, Louie is basically he's a regular guy that committed to living in Cambridge for his whole life. and wanted to make Cambridge a better place for him, his family, and for everybody else's family. And so he's done that as a leader. Just a regular guy who just practices doing his best each and every day to make Cambridge a better place for everyone. And what a legacy to leave this city. What a legacy for his family that he's and you know, he's been able to do so much for this great city that we live in today. And so, Louie, thank you for all of the labor of love that you've given to the city of Cambridge. And you will be missed, but you'll be able to know that you did some great things for the city of Cambridge that I, for one, and I know the larger community, will never forget. Good luck, Louie.
Here we go, Hector. Now, we moved on to familiar territory. We're at the senior center now. We're at the senior center now.
Everybody recognize this guy?
Yes.
Who's this?
Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady.
That's right. The greatest quarterback
Yes.
of all time.
Yes.
All right. What about this?
That's a vice.
That's
Yes.
right. Kamala Harris.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
What
Yes.
about this? Do y'all recognize this?
The guy
From Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes. We got Baby Yoda on deck.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What about this guy? Do you guys recognize this guy?
That's him.
That's him?
Yeah.
All right.
Who's
all right.
him?
That's the city man.
That's the city manager.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I get ready to say the guy
That's
from
a nice picture.
Who'd you think
the
of?
guy from Shark Tank.
You started with some stars.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I thought it was Mr.
Mr.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. From Shark Tank.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's right. He's got the nice
Hey,
suit.
give me the other picture. We got
He's nice.
one over here.
All right. Fantastic. Do you guys recognize this crew?
Yeah,
Who's this?
of course I know everybody. I can't even recall the name, but I remember this guy.
Do you remember that guy? Yeah.
Oh, show him the old picture.
All
Let's see if we
right,
get him.
What about this guy? Do you guys recognize this guy from 1932?
It's him.
That's right.
You remember that guy?
All right.
Hey, so let me.
Oh, that's Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
That's
Hey,
right.
so you want to say a quick word to the city manager because he's retiring after 5 years? But he's been with the city, I think, for 34 years or 40 years.
Wait, I don't live in Cambridge anymore, so I really don't know.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's okay. He doesn't really live in Cambridge either. He lives way out up near Belmont.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what about you guys? You want to wish him luck? Want to wish him?
Good luck. And good luck.
All right.
And you said your son went to school with
My
Louie
son went to school with Charles King.
at Arlington Catholic, right?
So he'll remember.
Getting warmer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
All right.
All right.
Uncle Lou, this one's for you.
1 for 4.
All right. 1 for 4.
Thank you, Louie. My name is Brother Red Mitchell, better known as the youngest World War II vet, meaning with this monument to Prince Hall and the more than 5,000 black men that fought in every battle of the Revolutionary War, you might not even know about it. Thanks to you, sir.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Uncle Lou, we decided to come out Central Square. You're a real mensch, a real Italian's Italian. We wanted to come out here and show you some love and connect with some of the individuals that you've helped out over the years. And we want to make sure that on your, this is your 5th send-off, that you have one last big hurrah before you got to give all those suits back. All right, Uncle Lou, thanks so much for everything. We'll love you and we'll miss you always.
Great job, Hector.
All right, fantastic. I'm glad this is done. And is this lunch? You got the new city manager's number, by the way?